Hey guys, hey, Dr. Sean here. We're talking about the biggest loser. It's in the news this past week. Pretty heavy. And we do so much with weight loss in our practice that I had a couple people ask me, Doc, why does your program work so well when all these people on this show apparently now are failing? If you don't know, it's a game show on one of the networks, and they go through and they help these people who really are struggling with weight and have lost control of their life a little bit. And they try to help them get it back. And it's not a bad idea. The concept behind it's really kind of neat. But they've got perfect meal plans and perfect exercises and gym memberships, and they're lifting weights and they're doing everything you'd want to do to get the body stronger and healthier. They lose huge amounts of weight, 150, 200, 250 pounds. Well, here we are now, a couple of years removed from a couple of these, seasons that they've had on this show, and they're finding out that these people have put the weight all back on. And a lot of them aren't really doing anything wrong. And so the question became, well, why? Why are they putting it back on? If they're doing everything right still, how come the weight's coming back on? And then why does your program work so well and we don't have that problem? Well, it's about how it's done. You have to kind of look at how the body is engineered, for lack of better words. We are designed to be a fight or flight animal. It's sympathetic dominance. You have a nervous system that puts you into this mode. So when you stress the body, and for example, 10,000 years ago, if we were chased by a tiger, that's stress. And the body says, oh my God, there's a tiger coming. The fuel that we use in the body to run everything, day to day, to sleep at night, to move around during the day, that's fat. The body uses that stubborn, abnormal fat for that fuel, just to walk around and just carry about your day. But when you're being chased, that fuel is not very efficient. We can't turn it into a big fire in a hurry. And so when you're being chased by something, or you're stressing the body, remember this, chase, running. Oh, so running on a treadmill would be no different than running from a tiger. Lifting weights real hard, working out real hard, and doing anything real hard would be stressing the body like running from a tiger. It's the same thing. The body sees it the same way. It puts you into that fight or flight mode. So it says, hey, if I'm running, something must be chasing me. I need to use the fuel over here in this barrel. It's glucose, it's sugar. It's rapid, quick, easy fuel. But we don't have an unlimited supply. And this is where these contestants got into trouble. They push the body. They're working out 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. They're eating small meals and controlling portions. They're doing everything right, supposedly. But they're telling the body, hey, tiger, 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 keep running, keep running, keep running. It's like a marathon. Run, 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 run. The problem is they ran out of fuel. And when you run out of that fuel, the body then says, hey, well, what can I use next? My barrel, my reserve tank over here that's only good for 30 minutes. What do I do after that 30-minute window? It turns to something else. Fat or muscle? And it says, well, I can't use fat. It's not very good. But man, that muscle, we can turn that into fuel pretty quick. Let's burn it. And that's what happened with all of these contestants. They pushed the body. They got at it real hard. They worked real hard. But when they did this, they burned through their reserve quick fuel, and they ended up tapping into the wrong stuff. Now they're burning muscle. Now they're working out and they're lifting and they're getting stronger physically because they're using muscles they really haven't used a whole lot. But their actual muscle mass is shrinking. Now, why is this important? Because your muscle mass is your metabolism. It's your engine. It's the furnace you put everything in. If you start shrinking the furnace down, when you get away from this 6-hour workout, you get back to the real world with the rest of us, where we're not trying to be bodybuilders. We're not trying to enter competitions and contests. We're not going to spend 6 hours in a gym every day. We have families, we have jobs and careers and parents to take care of and sick friends and little kids' ball games and things that get in the way. When you get back to life, your body's like, hey, wait a minute, I can't push it that hard. I'm in trouble. And so these contestants did this. They pushed it because they were in a contained environment. But then when they went back to the real world, all of a sudden the body's like, look, you whipped me like a horse. You beat me and beat me and beat me, but you beat me so hard I quit running. You chewed up all my muscle. And in doing that, you slowed down your engine. You shrank your basal metabolic rate. And so you're not efficient anymore. Your engine shrank. So instead of being able to burn 30 gallons of fuel, now you can burn 15. But what if they need to walk around every day consuming 20? They're putting in 5 too many, and the weight starts to go right back up again. And that's what we're seeing happen here. So then it brought us to our point. Doc, well, you don't have that problem. Why not? Because when I was helping to develop this weight loss program, one of the key factors, the major thing that had to happen when I did this in my practice, was that I had to be able to tell the body, look, leave the muscle alone. You have to go after that body fat. And so we invented a product for this. We use an amino acid blend. It helps the brain and the hypothalamus to say, look, this stuff over here, this muscle, it's off limits. You cannot go after that. You have to go over here and burn that fat. And we prove it. We measure your basal metabolic rate before we ever start. We measure your basal metabolic rate when we finish. We will prove to you that you didn't lose muscle when you dropped 25, 30, 40 pounds. We'll prove to you that your basal metabolic rate, your furnace, didn't shrink at all, which is why our patients do so very, very well when they're losing weight. And it is the reason why all these people in this contestant game show fail. Nobody took that into account. They just said, hey, whip it, whip it, whip it. Control the meals, shrink, 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 push, 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 push. They'll do all right. And they do until real life sets in. And then bang, they're right back where they started. That's what separates us. That's why we use a protein formula in our practice. Because we don't want the yo-yo bounce that so many people have struggled with. That's why we don't do shakes. We don't do pre-planned meals. We don't do injectables. We don't do hormones. We don't do any of that stuff. We help the body restore normal function better than anyone else can. It's a phenomenal product. It's a phenomenal way to lose weight. And the health benefits are forever. It's a win-win, guys. So I hope that helps you.